Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to learn about installation of WordPress on our local host. So, if you want to install WordPress on localhost, few of the steps are there that you need to follow. The first and most important part will be that your XAMPP must be installed on your system. If you are using XAMPP for localhost, then it must be installed on your system and working fine. As already we have seen in the video related to the installation of XAMPP, that how we can install it and how we can set up it for Apache and MySQL. Because these are the two things that will be needed if you are going to use WordPress on localhost. So after your XAMPP is already installed, few steps that you need to follow are the first thing that you need to do is from the website wordpress.org, you need to download WordPress zip file. So you need to open wordpress.org website, and on the right top corner you will be able to notice it's written get WordPress. You need to click on it, and after clicking on it, it will be opening the new page of wordpress.org. In that you will get option to download and install it yourself. Otherwise, if you want to set up with a hosting provider, you can see all recommended hosts also, whatever recommended hosts are there. So as we are going to install it on our local host, so what we need to do is we need to click on download WordPress, and the version will be written there. So currently the current version is 6.7.2. You need to click on that. It will start downloading WordPress file. So no need to even keep this message for longer. If you want to read, you can read that howdy, thanks for downloading WordPress. So it is actually the pop-up which shows that thanks and all those things. So here you can notice that our WordPress zip file is getting downloaded. And as the download will be completed, the next step that we need to do is we need to unzip this WordPress file. So after the installation, after the downloading, we need to unzip this downloaded file. So let the download be completed. It's finalizing the downloads. All right, so download is completed now. The next step that we need to do is we need to unzip this WordPress zip file. So as we have downloaded it, in downloads folder, open it. What you need to do is, if suppose you have installed some application that is going to uh, show you the zip file, or you can open that zip file in that, then you need to extract it by using that application. Otherwise, if you have not installed any of the that applications like WinRAR or WinZip, something like that, then in that case, just right click on the zip file that you have downloaded, click on extract all. As you will click on extract all, it will show you to select the option, like the location exactly where you want to extract the file. So either you can select the any other location wherever you want to keep it, or you can simply uh, extract it at the location wherever your download file is there, and after that you can move it. So I will show you how to move it, and other than that, if you directly want to extract it in the file, in the folder where we want to keep it, that is also possible. So let's extract it here in the same directory where I have downloaded it. So we need to click on extract now, and as after clicking on extract, it will start extracting the WordPress zip file, so that whatever content is there, it can easily download it. So let the extraction complete it. So you can notice here the extraction has been completed. And as the extraction is completed, it will display you the files, the directory which is available in it by the name WordPress. And if you will open it, you will be able to notice a lot of files. PHP files are there with three important folders in it: wp-admin, wp-includes, and wp-content. Initially, we will be not making any changes, or we will be not uh, editing any of the files which is available here, because we are not going to do any coding for setting up our WordPress installation or WordPress usage. So what we need to do is, we need to either cut or copy this folder which is by the name WordPress. So let's copy it. And after copying it, the next step is we need to move to our C drive XAMPP folder. After the installation of XAMPP, the XAMPP folder was created. We need to move to this XAMPP folder. And inside this XAMPP folder, we need to open htdocs. This folder, htdocs. We need to open it. And in this htdocs, we need to paste the copied folder of WordPress. After pasting it, this particular folder will be available here now by the same name. So if you want to now change the name of this folder by any of the name by which you want to keep your website, you can do that. Otherwise, you can leave as it is also. But one thing is there, it will be a good habit if you are going to make any changes in the file name. Like suppose if I want to make it by the name Krishna, that is also okay. So let me rename it, and after renaming it, we will be making it by the name Krishna here. So this process is completed for the extraction and moving of WordPress files in our C drive XAMPP folder. Inside that, in htdocs, we have made that, and we have renamed the WordPress folder by Krishna. And this always remember that this must be always similar to the project name as you are going to create. Means for whichever business you are going to create the website, you must always keep the name of this folder by that name. It will be a good habit, so that you can easily distinguish between all of the files, because you can notice here many other files are and folders are also there. So if you are going to make it by the project name, it will be much better. After doing this, the next step is to open XAMPP, and always remember to open XAMPP run as administrator, so that you will be not facing any issue with any of the ports and something. So first of all, we will be starting Apache, and as the Apache will be started, we need to start MySQL. So these are the two things that we need to start. First of all, Apache, and after waiting for few moments, we need to start MySQL. So here you can notice that both of the things are started now. We need to minimize this now and open browser. In browser, in address bar, you need to type localhost slash whatever folder name you have kept in your htdocs for the extracted WordPress zip file. You need to type that. So here I'm going to type that folder name that was by the name Krishna. So after typing it, press enter. After pressing enter, on the first window, it will show you to select the language. So as per the language that you can understand, and in that language you want to keep the backend of your WordPress website, you need to select that. So I'm selecting here English United States. Click on continue. After clicking on continue, it will give you a message that it is going to use your database, whichever database you have already created. So few things that you need to keep with you before installation is the database name, username, password, host name, and whatever table prefix you want to keep for the tables that will be created for your website. So after collecting all of these informations together, click on let's go. In this window, you need to fill the details of the database that you want to use for your WordPress website. So currently I'm going to use one of the database that I have created by the same name as in Krishna, entering the username, and then the password. By default, database host that you will be keeping on your system will be same like localhost, because we are installing our WordPress on localhost, and the default value for the table prefix is given as in WP underscore. For the security purpose, mostly we used to change this whenever we are going to make our website live. So whatever prefix you want to keep here, you can keep that. Otherwise, by default, WordPress takes WP underscore. So if you will be keeping this, then by chance, if some hacker is able to access your database and they will see what's the table name prefix is there, they will be easily able to understand that what exactly platform or the technology you have used for development of your website. So if you want to make changes to it, you can do that. Otherwise, you can leave as it is, and you need to click on submit. After clicking on submit, on the next window, it will show that like everything is perfect till now, and we it is going to install WordPress by communicating with the database, because the entire files, folders, and even the pages and post whatever we used to design here, these are always stored in the database. So this is very important point, that entire WordPress website is dependent on MySQL database itself. So if your database get corrupted or get hacked by any chance, then your entire website will be also easily hacked. That's why I told you that if you want to keep a secure website, then the first step is you must always use some of the usernames that can't be easily like understood by someone, or if we talk about the password, then it must be always having a combination of uppercase alphabets, lowercase alphabets, special characters, numbers, everything, and not less than of 8 characters. Then try to change the table prefix also. That will also keep your website safe. So these are the two important points that you must always remember for the security of your website while you are going to create it. Now in this window, we are going to click on run the installation. After clicking on run the installation, it will ask you that what site title you want to keep here. So I am keeping here as an Krishna Institute. Username I am keeping same as it was of database, just to remember it. Otherwise, whatever username you want to keep it. This username will be the username of the super admin or the administrator of the website. So this username will be unable to changed later on. So keep a proper username, and then the password that this username will be having. And always remember, whatever username and password you are going to keep here, remember it, because without this username and password, you will be unable to log in to the backend of your WordPress website. So after keeping the like username and simple password, right now I'm using, you must always use the strong password that must be uh, like unable to be guessed by any of the hacker. Currently I'm taking this for the practice purpose. I'm taking the weak password. You can notice here it's showing very weak. and click on confirm password. If it is weak, then you need to click on this confirm password. So click on it. You need to give the email ID for this. So suppose if I am giving here some email ID like ki@ki.ki, I'm giving this. But always remember to keep the email ID which is already active and you have the access of it, because it by chance if you forget your username and password, then this is going to give you the link for resetting the password. But that is applicable for the live websites, not for localhost. For localhost, you need to remember the username and password of your login so that you can log in to the backend of your WordPress website. Then, if you want to like disable the visibility of your website for the search engines, you can click on this. Otherwise you can leave it also. That's not an issue because currently we are working on the local host, so it is not going to be live for the search engines. So if you want to take it, you can do that. Otherwise you can leave it also. And after that you need to click on install WordPress. So after clicking on install WordPress, it will start the process of installation, and now you can see here that WordPress has been installed. Thank you and enjoy. Username is given, whatever username we have kept here. And for the password, it's mentioned here, you choose in password. So whichever password we have choose, that will be showing here. You need to click on login, and after clicking on login, it will be opening the link in the browser, that is localhost slash Krishna. So localhost, because we are working on the localhost, that is the main domain that we are using here. Krishna, this is the name of the folder or the directory that we kept when we were extracting the WordPress zip file in our htdocs. And after that slash wp-login.php. So if it is easy for you to remember this wp-login.php, it's okay. Otherwise, you can just remember wp-admin also. If you are going to type this, this will also open this login page. Now here you need to fill the username and the password that we have kept just before this step for the username and password of this site, not for database, for site. You need to enter that. If you want to keep it remembered, you can click on remember me, otherwise click on login. And after login, you will be able to see exactly the backend of your WordPress website. That's all for this session.